Just getting my computer, making sure I'm coming through. How are we doing, folks? Can you hear me all right? I got you in the background lurking, says Tim. Black Widow Woodworking. Mod Squad in the house, folks. Watch your P's and Q's. How are we doing, folks? If you can hear me fine, we are going to get this live on the go. WIP Wednesdays. Wowwy'z Workshop. How are we doing, everybody? Sounds good, says Grumpy. Thank you, sir. Bing, Grumpy on the audio, always. My goodness, you guys, we had a fun little pre-live party going on today, you guys. Grumpy sit-in number one. Thank you, Tim. Much appreciated. Aiden in Ireland was right there on his heels. And then we had Hobo's Hideaway. Good old Jack Shit come sliding in number 3. How you doing, Jack? Joe! After that, we had Dad, I believe. How you doing, Scott? Oh, Mark Anthony from New Zealand, sorry. Mark's just dropping off Anwin, his daughter, and then he's going to come back. How you doing, sweetie? Hi, Miss Anwin. You're a good girl. Have a great day at school. And then we had Dad come sliding in. And then Aubrey Ranches, my cousin and Kale, her son, and also my cousin. They're here. They're listening in the background. How you doing, folks? Much love. Thank you for coming, my wolf pack. Then we got Black Widow Woodworking. Tim came in. He's just popping in to say hello. Tim got a new job in Calgary. Awesome, sir. Congratulations. He's an amazing man. Looking good. Wow, he says, hey, thank you. Hey, Steven S. Carbide is in the house. Hello, Steven. And to the missus. This is the Wowie. The little bow that I do. Steven S. Carbide. Daniel Farp is in the house. Hello, Daniel. Daniel's been working on a car out in the hot heat. Poor old guy. He's going to sit back and do a little doodling because we were chatting before I was on here. We chat a lot. Daniel is in the house, Mr. Daniel Tharp. And if you guys haven't seen my newest Tribe Mail movie episode, it was a gift from Daniel, and it's just flippin' amazing. Please watch that. Daniel, thanks again for that, brother. You're an amazing man to do that for old Wow. Chris Behringer, Wheels is here. Yes. How's it going, Wheels? All the way from the great UK. From Trees of These is here. How's it going for Trees of These? Thanks for coming, man. Fucking right. So, sorry. For any of you little wonders watching, for the wee wonders, Wowie already dropped the F-bomb. That is awesome. Chris Behringer, thank you for coming, Wheels. So yeah, guys, like I said in the dealio there, description. Hey, Old Path is here. Shalom, shalom, sir. There's a little bow for you, Old Path. Thank you for popping in, sir, and saying hello to the tribe. Tribe worldwide. We are Tribe Strong. And I'm sorry if I'm yelling, but I got a number of fans going. I got an AC unit piped in from the window. One of those little roll-around white R2-D2 buggers. And so that's blowing, but it's pretty far away. So then I got my DeWalt fan staggered in front of the AC, blowing up my hoo-ha. And because it's very, very sweaty because I got this on too. It adds to the heat, is what I'm trying to say. But when I was in here doing a little pre-show drawing, my hands were already sweating and smudging, and so I got to get on top of it. Yeah, it is so hot. Well, it's hot everywhere. It fluctuates. Thank you, Old Path. Thanks for coming, sir. Here, these hearts are for you. Bing, 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 bing. This is Tribe. These hearts are for the Tribe. Here we go. We got little party things here. And then 100% because you guys are my people. Much love. Okay, I gotta bring my reference back up there. Every time I type in there and say something to you guys, I lose my reference on my pewter. I got pewters around me here. Alrighty? And so if anybody's watching and you're not familiar, this is my channel. This is my channel where my brother and I do artwork together. We're called Two Brothers, One Vision. We're Canadian artists, and we are multimedia artists. We do all sorts of stuff. We draw, carve, work with copper, make jewelry, electroform jewelry with electroform copper, and I'm going to start be making some videos about that. The lab is almost set up, and I know old Christopher's Creations out there, he's going to be happy to hear that because he's been waiting patiently, man. And you guys, when I get the electroform going, it's going to blow your mind. You guys are all going to want to do it too. Believe me, you're going to want to do it to it. Yes. So back to what. This is a portrait that I'm doing for Aiden. Aiden over in Ireland, and this is for a friend of Aiden's. And so I don't do these a lot now because number one, it just takes a long time, and I do have, because of for blowing up stuff onto wood for carving, I do have a projector. And I could probably have this thing done in a matter of days if I had just used a projector, but it's not how I roll when I do these. It would help to go up and because the hardest part for me is the eyes and the nose, like this, the immediate face part. And what I do is I start with the nose and then I work my way out there. And then once I feel good about this part, then I expand. Hey, Larry is here. How you doing, Larry? Thanks for popping in, sir. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is that it takes me a long time when I do it this way. It just organically grows from the center out, from the nose out. Hey, Pete Blair's here. Hey man, Happiest Grumpy onto YouTube here too. The Happiest Grumpy. I see my buddy the Happiest Grumpy is on here too. Yes, he is. Pete, how you doing, Pete? Yes, both Pete and Grumpy are becoming really good friends. And that's just freaking awesome. That is freaking awesome. Because Pete can, Grumpy is a turner, and if you guys don't know, that's Grumpy's Laid Back Carvings. Give him a subscribe if you guys are watching. He's a wicked creator, and he's into turning now. And Pete is a master turner, is what I call Pete, and an amazing creator. And Pete's been helping Grumpy, and it's just so freaking awesome how this tribe, we all look out for each other and support each other. How you doing, Pete? Pete's been busy doing stuff with his son, and Pete's got a new welder that he's been playing with. Congrats on that welder, sir. I know you've been waiting to get one of those for a long time. Tribe strong, that's right. That is, we are an awesome family, aren't we, Grumpy? And we all look out for each other and each other's people. You know what I'm saying? Grumpy understands what I'm saying. So yes, Pete has been very busy and welding and working with his son, and that is just great. And it's awesome anytime Pete can pop in here because he's a busy guy, as are all of you guys. It's so great when you guys pop in here and see old Wowie, because I know how busy you all are, especially the majority of you guys are all creators, so I understand. Our time is precious. So I really appreciate it. So yes, I'm getting to the point now where I'm just kind of shooting around here. I look at my reference on the left here, and I actually have to zoom it in a bit because my eyes are going. But I'll be looking at my reference and I just kind of pop around. A good thing for me, what I do is I look for the dark spots, like the dark areas, and I will throw them in. And then it makes my eyes find everything better, if that makes any sense. So it's kind of like throwing in the little pops of negative space, and then it just works better for my brain. So I just been popping around here, hopping around here, and doing that, and just throwing in little spots of shadow and shading. And then it just works better for my brain for when I'm laying out these. It's just lots and lots of little licks of hair, eh? This little dog. I tell ya. This little dog's name is Judith, you guys. And Judith, sadly, she passed away, which is why old Wowie took on this job. And from what I've learned, she was just an adorable little girl, and very much loved. And then when Aiden was telling me about everything that happened and stuff, and that he really wanted to have this done for her, so I I won't take these on very much now because I've done a couple for family. It's basically I'll do it for family is what I'm trying to say, and that's I just kind of I don't do these things for money. Like that's not my intent when I do this. It's because I feel like the recipient is worthy, right? And I care about them. And Aiden is a really, really great supporter, and he's a great friend, and I just decided to do this one. And I'm getting there. Now to the left here is just some fabric stuff. I actually enjoy, like this here is like a bit of a binky on the corner here of the picture. So, and I actually enjoy fabric. It's just one of those things, you know, when you're a pencil artist, there's lots of cool folds and flaps and shading and whatnot. So I'm going to work a little bit here on the sideline. I hope you guys can see that. It is. I see a rhinestone, Suzanne. Joe. Hey, Pete says, love this Larry. Are you planning to frame this Larry, or will he do it on his end? He'll have to do it on his end because I have to roll it up, Pete, and send it to Ireland. Natalia Maloza. Hello, Natalia. How are you doing, ma'am? Thanks for coming. And Rhinestone, Suzanne. How are you doing, sister? Thank you for popping in. Hey, Lane is here. I just went back to work today. Times are tough. Just wanted to say hi. I'll be checking in. Time permitting. Tribe strong. Love you all. We love you too, Lane. Thank you for coming, man. And did I say Natalia? Did I say that right, Natalia? Thank you for coming very much. Oh, Pete gave her the link. Thank you very, very much, Natalia and Pete. I'm Wowie. These hearts are for you guys. And this is the workshop. And I really appreciate you coming, Natalia. The support means more than I can really convey. Now on this we got a whole bunch of little, I gotta figure out, do I want to make all these little, well, yeah, I do. It's not weird that way. There's a whole bunch of little lines in this one blanket, so I'm just going to grunt my way through this part here quickly, and just get those out of the way. And yes, I like the fabric. I like, you know, getting in over there with my shaders, just getting that stuff coming to life. There's so much that just a little bit of shading can do for your piece, you know. And normally when I'm just drawing freestyle, going wacky wowie ways, I use my hands a lot with my fingers. Yes, that's the Natalia says that's the Italian way of saying it. Okay, that's how I'll say it, ma'am. Oh, you were talking about Grumpy in the morning chat? Aw, thank you guys very, very much. Old Pete and Grumpy, some of the most supportive folks I know, as there's so many of you in this tribe. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I don't know, I got to get my channel out of a funk. I've been stuck in, like, I just broke 830 subs, but I'm just having a hard time, like, with not doing much long form. And I don't get subs off of my shorts, so it's just weird. You don't. Some people really, really will do well and get like a really, really wide reach, and then other people, you know, you get mine will get anywhere from 60 to 100 views. My shorts do, and then that's just it. And then they just fizzle away. But rarely. So yeah, I got to get out of this funk. Got to get my channel to 100. I found out there's a new thing too, and this is for all of the YouTube creators here that are listening. There's a new feature coming out called shows. There's a feature called podcasts that you can make, like, you can make a playlist of podcast style, which I am planning on, but I think I'm going to do, well, I got to talk to some people and get some advice from you guys if I should open an entirely new channel for my podcasts, and or if I should just make a section of Wowwy'z Workshop, my little podcast section. I don't know yet, but that's going to be coming. And there's a new thing called shows. And so, like, since the beginning, a lot of you guys know, I've been doing my YouTube like I'm a freaking television show, you know, with the music and LaRue and Baby Vader and all of the characters and just my whole vibe. I've always done it that way, and that's how I wanted it to be. It was a shout out to Mr. Dress Up and Sesame Street and the whole way that they did it. I wanted to do it like that, but for adults, you know, but art, all things art. And I've always done it in this format, right? And lots of people have told me, you know, ditch that format because it's not the way YouTube is. But YouTube now is going after the Netflix viewers, right? And so that's why this new features has come out called shows. And I was like all stoked, and so I made like a couple new playlists. I made an entirely new playlist of all of the tribe mail episodes, of all of the beautiful things people have sent. There's I think 28 tribe mails, you guys, in that playlist. Anyways, I made the playlist. I'm sitting there, I'm getting all stoked, and then I start looking. Well, where's the shows? Like, where's the shows feature? Where's the button or whatever the frick you call it? And I could not find it, and so then I started getting angry, and so I went to Google. I don't use a chat GPT. I haven't learned how to do that one yet, but I use just Google. And I started searching, and it says you have to be a YouTube, you have to be part of the Y YouTube, what is it called? Partner program? Which I can do, because the first tier is 500 subs and a certain amount of watch hours, and I've made that one, but I've just never done it. I just didn't know if anybody would pay for a membership for my channel. I just, you know, I didn't feel confident enough, and I haven't made to 1,000 yet, right? But now that the shows thing is on there, and I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like stoked about making, because you basically just make these long playlists, and you set up like a title, a band, and it's set up so that people can watch them as a series, and it's for like binge watching, right? But that's right up my alley. That's, you know, that's how Wowwy does it. And so now, point of my frickin' ramble here is I have to sign up for this partner thing, because I don't know if anybody will pay to be a member, but I sure hope a couple people do. But just being a part of the thing will make it so that I can, and then you know, like, I know YouTube when it starts pumping out a new feature like that, it'll you know, support or promote the people that are trying it out. So that's next on my list, is getting signed up for that thing and trying out this new feature. And if any of you guys kind of have, you know, a recognizable and consistent format with your YouTube channels, it's a very, very good idea to look into that. Hey, Amy Jo is here. How's it going, Amy Jo? What have you seen? Yeah, what do you know, Amy Jo? How you doing, Amy Jo? Thanks for popping in, sister. My goodness. Hey, Mark's back. How's it going, Mark? Thank you for coming. That's funny, I was actually talking about old Amy Jo in a private conversation today in the old messenger. So maybe her ears burnt or whatever that's called. Anyone know why when I select share here I have to restart my browser to get back on here? I'm not sure, Pete. That's weird. Looks good, Larry says. Mark, thank you, sir. I'm kind of humping around here. I'll get distracted when I'm talking, but every pencil stroke is getting us closer to the end result, right? And yeah, I was talking to you about somebody. I was talking to someone about Amy Jo this morning, and it was good, sister. So don't you get all riled up and come after me. It was good stuff. Okay? Yes. Tribe strong. And I'll just say that. And this morning I got up and I was all full of pea and vinegar, and I went and ran because I knew I had to get all set up for this today. But I busted my butt and got to the post office this morning, and got Scott Nye's package off, because he's the current Lighthouse featured member in Kindred Spirits Woodcarvers. Okay? And if you guys don't know what Kindred Spirits Woodcarvers is, I'm an admin. It's a Facebook carving group. It's a private group. It's kind of like Pete's an admin for a carving group too, and it's called Pete's Carving and stuff. But Kindred Spirits is the one that I'm an admin for. It used to be Carving Fusion, World of Wood Carvers. And then we took it over from old Jord. I'm talking to Jord too. He's been watching a new show that he just freaking loves called Shogun on Disney. So I'm going to check that out. Sounds really, really cool. That's carving. If anybody who knows about Carving Fusion, Jordy's really very much inspired by Japanese art, so it's right up his alley. Gonna check that out. Last night I'm like, let's try watching an episode. And old Spooky Doobie, she's like, kind of feels like a winter one. I'm like, what? Don't do that to me. The Jordy's busted my freaking you know what's trying to get me to watch. You need to set up the first stage. Okay, Grumpy. That's the 500 subs, right, Grumpy? And then I can do it. I understand, Larry. No worries, man. My brother, says Amy Jo. I drank a lemonade from the fancy coffee shop, and now I have the screaming meanies. It was a good conversation, sister. There's Dad. Frickin' goddamn family reunion today, folks. The book was a little hard to read. For the movie was much. For me, the movie might be easier. I didn't catch what book you guys are talking about, but I'll take your word for it, sir. Oh, Shogun, are you talking about? Okay, sorry. Looking over my old head. Okay, well, I'm hopping around so much here. I gotta just chill. Finish what I can on this clothing here. It goes up there, this one here, and then that busts off to some other blanket that's off in the distance. In the distance. Because there's a lot of stuff, there's more blankets and stuff in the background here, but there's when you're doing stuff like this, you got to get to a point where you just say, okay, that's as far as I'm going to venture. So I'm going to do a little bit more shading in here. Oh yeah, Shogun. Okay, thanks for clarifying that, Pete. Is it subtitles, Pete? Do you know? So that was another thing that Katie was kind of in the evening we're just in the kind of vegetate state, right? And then she didn't want to have to worry about having to read the subtitles. How do you all know when a piece is complete? Like this drawing. That's a good question, sir. I do it to a point where, for me, I just have like a spot in my brain where everything will finally kind of snap and come together. Because like there's parts in this here that I could like easily just kind of like complete these lines in here, do a little bit of shading and leave it. But I don't know, it's my brain that's telling me no, you need a little bit more here and you need a little bit more there, Wowie. And I guess it's my inner vision speaking with the piece before me. And until, you know, I match the inner vision as best as I can, because you'll never get it to exactly how you want it, you know, no matter how good you are. But that's how I do it, Pete. And then sometimes it's like, it also has to do with just how much time can you afford to put into it, right? If this was like a set kind of job and I was doing it and it was like a commission for some, you know, maybe somebody I don't know, I have done that before and I've always had really, really good results. People have never been not happy with it, but I just didn't like the feel of it. Like, it was just a pressure I did not like associated with my art. And then another thing is what was I going to say? Oh, the eyes. The eyes, like Judith here, I can tell from the picture that she was going blind, right? So her eyes are a little bit lighter gray, but they're not done yet. I just want to let you guys know that I leave the eyes till the very, very end before I fill in all of the black. Like, I've gotten the little tiny reflection spots figured out here. Those are like the camera or whatever light reflections, the little white spots. But this gray area here is going to be a lot darker. And then these black areas in here, I go into there like with a 4B and a 6B, the darker Bs. And I really, really get the black popping. As well as the nose. This nose is going to be much, much darker. And like these couple little white sections in here that don't need to be white. They're just how I draw it out. So like in here, these holes are going to be much darker and filled in. But it's strange, like I'm looking at the picture here and like right in here is one of the darkest parts right there. And then around here is like, so I'll go back in here and like hit those with like a 3B or a 4B, and then I'll fill in those back areas, those white areas with, and make them just gray. So there's stuff on here yet that isn't done yet. So don't judge me yet, because we ain't done. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with my freaking, oh, that's why. Yep, my little well, my one little eraser just went kaput. So give me a moment if I'm looking. I'm trying to see if I got any other of those, because I have refills for them, but not in there. That little Boba Fett. Come on, Boba Fett. No. Oh, it's empty. It's empty. So now I need the refills. What else do I got in here? What is this? Freaking pokey, scratchy thing. Oh, I forgot about that. This thing. Yeah, I think that's because you can make. I'll show you guys a little tiny trick here. If you have, if you're doing a drawing like this and there's white whiskers, which I'm not doing it on this one, but I did the drawing for my brother for Banjo, his kitty. And Banjo didn't die, but there was a time there when he was in the hospital, and that's when I did Darren's drawing for Banjo, because we didn't know what was going to happen. So this is supposed to be out in my carving shed, but this is like a scraper, like a pokey. I don't know the name of it. It's called. It's not an awl. It's something different. It's like for making like really, really fine scratches, but I got that from Opus. That's pretty cool, eh, guys? Spiral pokey dokey. But my point being, sorry, because I get, so these little things here that can come in like carving sets for clay and Play-Doh and stuff, or Fibo or whatever. They're these little tiny guys that have a little ball at the end. So what you can do is when the paper is white, you put in your whiskers with these and you push it into the paper, and it'll make this little tiny dent of a line. And then when you get when you got all of your pencil work in, those white lines stay from making that little kind of, it's kind of like a scratch, but it's not a scratch because these are round. So it's like a divot. But it'll pop white. Like it won't fill in with pencil. And that's something I learned. I think maybe I learned that in college, in art college when I was in there for my brief, but it's one of those things that it's like, if you don't know it, you would never think of doing that. But anyways, just one of those things. Oh, Ron Stone is back. Hey, So is here. How you doing, So? I was just speaking with So earlier today, too. Speaking with So, with Daniel, with old Grumpy, all sorts of people. Hey, my brother is here. Hey, Darren. How's it going, bro? Here, these hearts are for you guys. Thank you for coming. And thanks for coming back, Roundstone. Lots of drama going on, and I'm struggling to get back on track, but I'm doing okay, says So. Thank you, Sister World. We're sending you strength. You can use with tracing paper and carbon paper. I used to do that with leather patterns. That's cool, Lawrence. Thank you for coming. Thanks for coming, Dare. Poor old Dare's having AC issues over there. And he's burning up. My goodness, man. Poor Brody. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get those, get that eraser thing figured out. And then I also have this, but I don't think there's any. Maybe is there an eraser in there? Holy smokes, I think there is. Look at this, you guys. This is all mechanical pencils. Let's see what's in here. Because this thing here looks like, what is this thing? Whoa. Looks like little white erasers. Is one of these for erasers? HB. Oh no, that's a pencil. Well, what the frick? How does that thing work? Let me just have a little look at that. Yeah, that's a really, really cool set for mechanical. 4 candles. Mechanical pencils, but I don't use them yet, the mechanical pencils, very often. But this thing here, full of these white things. Whoa. No, they're erasers. Oh, I got it. They go on the end of the... Damn, can I ever be a moron sometimes. So these things are the refills for the end of the... For these ones. No. No, they're not. Well, I'm baffled. No. Yeah, I don't know. That's really strange that they'd give you all these little nubby erasers, but nowhere to put them. Yeah, that's just... There's no hole on the bottom? No. Well, anyways, carrying on. I got a little nubby here. See, is that an eraser? Yes, it is. I can hold that if need be, but weird. Things that make you go, Hey? That's definitely one of them. But yeah, getting back to that, poor old Darren, just doing his best over there, and then the freaking goddamn AC starts acting up on him. And it's always, at the hottest time that it possibly could happen, and that's when it'll happen. Okay, now we have this dark part comes up here, and then right off the side of that we have a little tiny white one that needs a little bit of pop there. Okay, and then after that little white one, a couple branch out from under her. Yes, I do this really, I'll work in like these weird little sporadic ways, but then at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, it makes sense. It's how I do it when I'm doing these portraits like this, and then you'll work in a little area for a while, and then when you pull back and look, and it's like, oh, okay, well now that makes sense. But I tell you, when you're in here and in the trenches, it can look like a freaking mess. And I think to myself, what am I doing? But then you just pull back and then look at the whole picture, and it's like, oh, you know what you're doing, wow. You know what you do. So there's kind of a gray, and then it gets really, really, okay. Right here, it goes out, and then there's like a grayish area like that, and then around that gray it gets really, really dark, and we can get a punch. And I'm going to get a 2B for that. Give me a moment there, folks. Thank you guys for hanging out while I'm doing this. It's one of my most favorite things to do in the whole wide world is draw, and I also just love talking. I love talking and sharing my mind from time to time. It sure is cool to have people with me to do that. So yeah, back to that whole shows feature. I'm going to sign up. Katie and I do this channel kind of like together as far as the names and stuff of who our channel is under. So I have to have her do it with me, so it'll be in her name for the payment stuff. And I want to get on that, Grumpy. I want to be able to really try and utilize that feature right out the gates, because I've always made our videos like it don't matter if it's Tribe Mail or Tool Talking or one of our makers videos. I always make these videos like they're a television show, kind of, right? Well, a TV show for, like I said, the more adult crowd. Because I don't know many kid shows that have the amount of F-bombs that old Wowwy drops. Jow! But sometimes you gotta have an F-bomb. Sometimes it's just warranted, as you guys know. Okay, so yes, I got some of that in there, and then I'll spread that 2B in there, and then pull back and take a look. Yep, that's looking good. Now, what I'll do is I'll go with that 2B, and then I'll go in there and hit those spots, right? Hit those dark spots again. The ones that I only did so far in HB, you go back in there and you hit it one more time with the softer pencil, the softer, deeper lead. And then if we really, really get going here on this piece, I don't know how deep I'll go as far as the blacks go, but yeah, frick, I got a pencil set of the really, really nice Faber Pastel black matte ones, the ones that don't have a reflection, and they go up to 10 or 12B. So just imagine that, eh? That's freaking dark. Freaking 12B. Hey, Happy Curmudgeon is here. How you doing, Matthew? Opie says, Kale is having a blast listening to a drawing artist's woes and understanding 100%. Yes, Kale, you guys, most of you guys know, good old Kale, he is a wicked artist, and he's my partner in the Kindred Spirits logo. Kale brought it to life with the color and the digitizing is the way you say it. People are just talking back and forth. My soul will always be the same, says so. Yep, I'm the same way. My little soul's the exact same from when I was a little kid. Hey, Happy Christopher Creations is there. He says, hey Darren, if you're still here, I would love to talk to you about possibly purchasing a Guardian lantern at some point. I cannot wrap my mind around making one myself. That is wicked. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. And hello, Chris. That's fucking wicked. Thank you for inquiring, man. Because I was over at my mom's the other day, and we were talking about just that. Because Darren has an antique water tank, like a hot water tank, but from like the early 1900s or maybe 1910 or 20, but it's solid copper with lead seams, like the seams that weld it all together. There's lead in them, but the body of the water tank is solid copper, and one of Darren's friends gave it to him. And so the other day we were sitting there talking about it, and Josh and I, another great friend and brother, sometimes he watches these back later. If you do, love you, Josh. You're a good man. He always helps at my mom's house. But Josh and I were talking about taking an angle grinder with all those thin cutting discs that we all have loads of them, but you never really use, right? And so we want to cut that thing up for lanterns. How you doing, Hippie Christopher's Creations? And I was talking about you earlier, sir, because the electroforming is going to happen. Before, I was kind of in a stump, Chris, because I didn't have more paint, and the paint is expensive. And the lady that I got my copper conductive paint from was, because of the tariffs, she stopped selling to Canada. So I was kind of in one of these funks where I didn't know where I was going to get it. And then I was working in here in the studio. Sorry if I'm yelling. My face is right at the bottom of the phone. I found a full can of some stuff that Darren and I bought that we never tried yet. It's called Safer Solutions. And it's a new paint that I've never tried, but it's full. And it was like $140 for that can of paint. So I was so stoked when I found that. So now I do have to do a test run, off camera and make sure that it's going to work because there's like this special solution, and this is electrolysis. So there's, electricity involved, and it's quite the thing to do. But yeah, it is going to happen. I know I've been like teasing that it's going to happen and stuff, but then and then you'd wait and wait and wait. But I'm serious, brother. I'm giving you my word that it is going to happen, and it's going to happen soon. And you guys are just going to love it. I just know, because I just know how you guys all are. Daniel Tharp and I were talking about this earlier, about being a part of the Kindred Spirits tribe and just the whole YouTube community of creators. Daniel and I were talking about seeing the growth in everybody and how far we've all come as creators, together. And we were just talking about how that is like the most magical thing, is to see the people that you hang out and admire and care about grow as artists. It's so magical, and there ain't nothing. there's nothing that I love more as being part of this whole community and everything is seeing you guys flourish and expand and it's just I just love it so much. Hey, hello, Olga Colin for Forever Sky. How you doing, Olga? Thanks for coming here. Beautiful and adorable, says Olga. Well, thank you very much, ma'am. If I may say, ma'am. Sometimes I say darling, and you shouldn't say that to people that you're just meeting. That's awesome. Thank you for popping in, Olga. Copper might just clog up a zip disc. You might find it easier to cut the tank with one of those Dremel vibrating saws. Okay, cut slow, and you can use some WD-40 to help. Thank you, Pete, because you know what? We have one. We have a Dremel, a spare Dremel oscillator that you sold us for $20, man. We got that. We got a spare. And the fact that we got it for such a great price from you, Pete, it could be one that, you know, might get chewed up in the whole in the operation water tank. Who knows, but because it's big, man. It's like, you know, 5.5 feet tall. It's got this weird base thing that it's sat in. A really, really wicked find. But Pete, you would be the man who knows, you know. And Darren and I have been waiting for a long time to try that, to give that whole cutting copper with that oscillating multi-tool, because we never tried it. And when Darren's making lanterns and stuff, he cuts all his little pieces up, and it can be quite a mission. As well as like the plates that he uses for his jewelry, you know, Darren takes a pipe, and he, you know, with his own methods, he cuts that, flattens it. A lot of torching is required to get it out flat. And then after it's flat, then he'll like fold it, and it's crazy. It's crazy what my brother can do. But that whole cutting the copper with that vibrating oscillator tool, we've been meaning to try that, and that's so cool. It's exciting to find out that there's like, you know, new and better and easier ways of doing things, because it ain't easy. I've watched Darren. Those lanterns that he makes, they can take a long time. But I know that Christopher Creations, I know Chris understands that, and he wouldn't, you know, he's not asking, you know, for one of these things for cheap. You know, Chris understands, Darren. He understands the process and stuff, and that would be amazing if you guys could work out a deal on a lantern. That would bring Darren back, you know, into the creating swing of things, just freaking dandy. Because he's been battling so hard with his health, and he had an ulcer on his foot. I hope it's okay to say that, Darren. And so for the past months and months, he's had this thing on his bad foot, because he's got a bad leg, that all the clotting and stuff and things he's had the most issues is one leg. And so the ulcer happened on that bad leg. And so the circulation ain't right. It doesn't heal right. He's had to have nurses come every day to the house to change the dressing and to apply stuff on it and stuff. So he hasn't even been able to get up and go down to the underbelly and work, you guys. Poor freaking kid, man. We want so much to get Darren going again. But when your body says no and is just keeps breaking, it's like, what do? You know? My back injury was 2005, and then Darren's failed surgery, the big one that really messed him up, was 2004. So since 2005, everything that we've made together and on our own has been made in pain. And that's where that's where our hashtag came from. And we're not, you know, I got a lot better things to do than run around and tell people that I'm in pain. Especially being a big 6'2", muscly kind of guy, 275 pounds, you know, people don't want to hear that you're hurting. And I got so much, like, if it wasn't fact, why would I spend so much time talking about it and you know, using that hashtag and I'm promoting the fact that art can be a therapy, you know? I got a lot better things to do. So, yeah, we ain't shitting when we say it, I guess is my point. And you know what? Like, there's something about that makes every creation and every victory just all the more sweeter. You know, because we've had to, you know, overcome so many obstacles and hardships to get where we're at. And when we do something with our art, you know, the fact that we can see it through and finish it is quite the thing. And I don't know if a lot of people could do the same. But then again, I don't underestimate anybody, because I've seen what we can do. And I'm so proud of my brother. Don't ever underestimate somebody that has a burning desire for art. We figure a way, man, to do it to it, as we say here. So yes, I think she's starting to. I'm starting to get excited. I'm getting excited. I can see the end coming. I can see the end results. But I guess watching me, you guys get a better idea of, you know, what goes into one of these portraits that I do, and also just, you know, what it's like to be a pencil artist. It's a lot of work. And then in some points, you know, I'll just have to put my pencils down because your eyes start going crossed. You start, you know, losing the plot because you're like so hyper focused on some weird little area. Areas, I should say. But we're getting here to the point where I can just start, you know, doing the little tricks with the shader and the different depths of black, and then we're going to be able to start bringing her on home and working on that nose and eyes. I hope she looks good on you guys' end. Oh my goodness, is there a Lace McMillan in the house? How you doing, sister? I gotta go slide back here. Oh, Olga, many blessings to all. Are you off, Olga? I'm here fighting cancer? Oh, Olga. Much love to you, sister. I fought cancer myself in 2007. So if it means anything, I understand a lot. And especially the fear and unknowing. And if you would like to subscribe to our channel, my channel, it's, you know, people who understand. And then Lace is in the house. How are you doing, sister? You can also cut it when it's flat with the scroll saw that you have. Yes, we need to get some metal blades, Pete. I know how much work that is. I would pay up, says. Okay, well, we're going to get you and Darren talking. My goodness, Lace. Thanks for coming in, sister. Well, I'll be praying for you, so. Made in paint. Oh, yeah, no. We were fighters at every moment. You're damn tootin' there, so. Oh, Miss Frances is here. Hello. How are you doing, Miss Frances? Thanks for coming. If I hadn't found carving, I probably wouldn't be around. Much cheaper than a shrink. Are you ever right about that, sir? And that's why I say our art is for therapy purpose and for family. And that's why I say it, is because it quite literally is. It gives our lives purpose. You know, when you're disabled and early retired, as much as, you know, regular folks think that it's just be a big holiday, number one, it ain't a holiday when you're always in pain. So that's a big part of it. But number two, it ain't long before you start going crazy because you miss your friends from work, you miss your independence, you miss having a life. You know, your friends will slowly stop coming around and calling because you can only say, I can't do it because I'm in too much pain so many times, and then people don't want to, you know, that life just carries on without you. And although my old friends love me and everything and wish the best for me, slowly but surely they just stop coming around. So it's no freaking vacation by any means. You know, I've told people, and this is just, you know, it might sound funny, but if I could have my healthy back the way I was, I would be happy as a pig in crap, shoveling said crap for 8 hours a day for the rest of my life. If I had my healthy back, my strong back with no pain, I would do that. I would make that deal in a heartbeat. And I would shovel whatever kind of crap it is as my job. And I'd do it with a frickin' smile on my face, man. I miss, one of my biggest things right now that I've been missing is skateboarding. And I've been watching it on YouTube all the time. You know, way more than I should because it's pissing my wife off. But there's just this thing that happens when you get older, and especially if you're disabled, that, you know, there's the things that you did back in the day that just brought you like a sense of freedom and joy, right? And skateboarding was one of those things for me. And I wish I had never, like, I was getting really good at it, and then I got to that age where it's like, oh wow, now there's this thing about, you know, partying and chasing girls and, you know, all of these things, like the old sports that you liked, all of a sudden these things fall to the wayside because, you know, you got girls to chase and this and that, right? And so I put those things to the side, and, you know, because you think that they're always going to be there. And that's just natural. We all feel like we're invincible when we're younger. But yeah, it's not only skateboarding but snowboarding too. But I don't miss snowboarding like I miss skateboarding. Like, I don't sit and watch snowboarding videos on my own time, right? It's the skateboarding. And skateboarding has evolved so much since my days. Like, when I was skateboarding, we were just getting into like the vert skaters, and it was like street skating was just like not even really happening yet. And it was Tony Hawk and Christian Hosoi and Steve Caballero and like the Powell Peralta team, all those guys, all those pros, the original. And Rodney Mullen, the freestyle skater. Rodney Mullen is a freaking genius. But anyways, I was just in the in the 80s, right? When I was doing it. And now you should see the stuff people are doing now, man. It's just freaking crazy. But, you know, I was thinking, what if I just got one and just went on flat ground, you know, on the good ground where there's no pebbles to freaking and throw me, you know, how would I do? And I was talking because, like, I could just go buy myself a skateboard. But last night I was talking and Katie was like, kind of had a weird face, and I was like, what, you don't think it's a good idea? And she's like, but just think about, you know, if you did take a spill, just a little spill, if you hit a rock, think about how much pain you'd be in for how many days, you know, just from that one little spill. And I was like, yeah, I know. And then she's like, you're over 50 now, so you could just take that little spill and then break a hip, and then you'd really be freaking effed, right? And then I was like, yeah, that's true too. So, long story short, Katie kind of put it into that idea. But it's because she cares about me, right? Hey, the Shoops are in the house! Shoop paid dupe. Grumpy, I guess we were not real friends anyway. I lost a bunch myself, and when I retired too, but I don't miss the phoniness. Yes, I understand. Yes, I heard there's a new challenge. So the Shoops, how you doing? Heidi and Bill? Another great channel, you guys. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the Shoops. And hi again, Miss Francis. Thank you for coming. I quit work for my surgery and never heard from my so-called friends again, says Grumpy. So you understand, man. You understand what that's like, hey, Grump? It ain't fun. But, you know what? We all found each other. Larry says, when we were young, we were 10 foot tall and bulletproof. Ain't that the frickin' truth, man? I thought I was invincible. So the Shoops have a cupcake challenge. Lay says, yep, hate to say it, but Doobie's a smart one, wow. Yeah, she is, Lace. And she's right. Like, all I'd be able to do, like, I can't be all in and doing all those things, bouncing around on it, right? So all I would be able to do is push myself around on flat ground, and all it would take would be that one spill. And I would be hooped. Let's just say hooped, instead of the bad word. Okay, I'm trying to get at the end of this thing. Got a couple. The thing that comes over here that has kind of a ring. That. And then some. I don't know. Kind of go like a point. Like that. Sorry guys, talking to myself. Just getting a couple of things established down here in this weird gray area. But yeah, I think you're right, and I think you're right too, Pete. Just probably just don't do it. You know, live through those young guys on the YouTube channel and just watch the videos and remember the old days, because one little trip up, and you know, I can pick my cat up the wrong way and be stuck in my bed for 2 or 3 days. Like that's how easily irritated my back is. I can do okay just being careful and just doing my very, very careful little life, and then I can just do one weird thing. And it doesn't mean just lifting something. It just means I could even turn the wrong way. Like if I like turn really, really quick to look at something, like if something surprises me, I can throw my back out. Frick, man. Like, how stupid is that? But it's just the way it is now. It's just the way she goes, boys. It's the way she goes. As they say on Trailer Park Boys, an old favorite show. It's just the way she goes. And sometimes you go and sometimes you don't go. My youngest son is 44 years old and still rides his skateboard and made a half pipe for his backyard and still skateboards every day. Oh, Francis! I would love that. Yes, I love those little those backyard half pipes that people make. That's so cool. Please tell your son I'm proud of him. I'm proud when people can like hold a passion to that age in life and still be going. A lot of those old skateboarders from back in my day, like Tony Hawk and all those ones I was talking about, they're all old men, but they're still skateboarding. But I can't take that as like what I can do, and you know, like they haven't ruined their backs and done all this stuff to themselves. So I can't be like, well, they're doing it, so I can too. That's really cool. I always wanted to have one of those little, you know, not like a divert half pipe, you know, that goes, you go flying into the air, but the nice like backyard ones that just kind of go up like this on either end. You know, they're nice and they got the coping on the top, and you can just do your little coping tricks and little flips and kicks and tricks. All right, now I'm gonna go move my reference over to this side and just do a little bit of work over here on these binkies, if that's okay with you guys. Okay, now I can see already on these, we got lines. We got lines going like this. So I'm going to quickly draw these lines in and then probably take some of them away. But this is just kind of like a method, because this binky back here is a waffle or something like that, and then we got a really a little pop of the 2B there, the 2B or not to be. Okay, now this is a waffler. So first thing is to establish this line, put it in there, just like that. We got a little bend here, so I'll shade that in there, get it established, and then I'll put these waffle lines in. A little bit of shading in behind there on the waffle, and then I'll take the good eraser that I do have left and just take some of that away, so that it's like it's there but it's not, you know. And so now that I got this more figured out, I'm just looking, there's some like weird hair. Maybe it's the side of the little dog. It's kind of out here. And then we got a couple pieces that go up like this, little thing like that, and one thing like this, and then some weird hair coming out like that, and then a couple longer strands like this. Bring it back, a little bit of a dark spot there. Yeah, just a weird little patch of hairs over here, and then they're a bit darker than the rest, so I'm going to put in a little bit of a 2B line here and there. And then what you do, you get in there with that little shader. Shade that stuff. Because it's just a weird little patch of hair, kind of out of place. I don't know what part of the dog that is. But when you're looking at these pictures, you know, this reference, I wish I could I could show you guys the reference piece when I do this, but I would have to be set up in OBS to have that part of the situation here. And I love doing my OBS show. Like, don't ever get me wrong, I love that because I love the music making and I love it, you know, working with thru, and I love all that. But the fact that it doesn't get really good reach into the algorithm world is just, I must say, it's very, I just feel like it's not fair, you know? Like, why should you have so many more views in one way and not coming, like, you know, coming from the mobile opposed to coming from streaming software? Like, I don't know, I just wish it was all the same, but hey, there's a lot of things that I wish in life that you know, so sad, Wowwy'z. Too bad, so sad. So those got lines like that, and then these ones they come up like this, and then there's ones like this, and then ones like this, this, and this, and then those have cross lines. Oh man, eh? Had to be waffle print on the frickin' binky, didn't it there, Judith? Had to be laying on the waffle print binkies. So these ones have lines kind of there, kind of visible, but not really. Couple lines there, like that. And then shade in there a bit. Shade that little binky in there like that. And then I don't even think I've got to take any of those ones away. I think we're okay there. Right? And then, you know, pull back and take a look. Yeah. And then it looks pretty good there. Hey guys. And you see, slowly but surely, that little frickin' dog, she's gonna be here. I'm just reading I love watching her come to life. I wish I could draw anything more than a stick man. It's a real challenge for me. Oh, Larry says he has paralyzing anxiety. No fun at all. No, I agree, Larry. I understand. I have depression, so I take meds for my depression. But the big thing about that is they didn't really make me feel any happier. But what they did, I take a thing called Seroquel, and it makes me sleep 8 hours a night. So the fact, like before I found that, I was only sleeping to like 1 to 2 hours a night because of my pain. And that was making me go crazy from a lack of sleep, right? So after finding Seroquel, it didn't change how I felt really, but holy shit, did it ever fix me in ways, because I was getting 8 hours of sleep each night, right? But then on top of that, I still have anxiety attacks when it's usually if the pain's bad and I'm in some type of situation, you know, and I can't get out. Like I got stuck in a movie theater the other week. When I went to a movie theater with Colleen and Leonard, Katie's sister and brother-in-law, and for whatever reason, that the movie we wanted to watch, the new Star Wars, the new Grogu, but it wasn't in the IMAX, and the IMAX has the big puffy chairs, so it was in just a regular movie theater, I guess you'd say, and they were like, "Are you gonna be okay?" And I'm like, "Well, we're gonna find out, aren't we?" And so I got about halfway into that movie, and I started shifting and trying to find a better way to sit, because it was just the regular, like, crammed in movie theater. And then people, like, first I thought I'd be okay because I could get up and go and wander around, like, right, if my back got bad. But we were in the middle, and then we got closed in on either side. And I was like, fuck, man. And the rest of the theater is, like, empty. I almost got up and went into the empty chairs, but I sat there and muscled through it, and it was so much pain to sit there for 2 hours in the bad chairs. I cannot explain how much anxiety I had because I couldn't get out, right? And you're touching shoulders with some strange woman. This woman and this guy sat down. They were obviously just pissed. They were drunk. They were laughing on their phones, and I could smell rye. And I'm sweating, and I'm trying to watch and enjoy this movie, but all I can think is, holy fuck, I'm going to lose my mind, right? So you don't enjoy the movie at all. And yeah, for times like that, I'll have like I'll have a humdinger ringer of a panic attack, Larry, and it is no fun. I have to take Ativan when I have those panic attacks. It's the only thing that seems to, like, take that whole edge off and bring me back down, are these little Ativan things that pop in under your tongue and they melt. But yeah, it's hard. Yes, okay, so will you have a great evening? And like I said, I've got a little package in the mail coming your way soon. You have a great night, and you stay strong, sister. Much love to you. Hello! Pen on Fire is here, you guys. Everybody say hello to Sean. Another Made in Pain warrior. How are you doing, Sean? That's after bedtime. I love my Seiko, but my Grizzly, I'll just leave it there. Okay, they're talking about tools. Oh, the shoots will be going live tonight at 8 p.m. Central. 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll do my best to pop in, you guys. And again, there, yep, Hobo Hideaway. Old Jack's still here. Have a good night, Sophie. Stay strong, sister, and we love you. But, yeah, the Shoops have got a cupcake challenge going, you guys. So everybody look into that. I don't know all of the exact rules yet. So maybe if they're still here and listening and care to share, care to spare a square. That was a Seinfeld thing. Anyways, if you care to share, tell us about the rules. I saw that you guys were doing like a cupcake little bowl or something. Am I right, or am I just out to lunch? Because don't mind saying if I am. So I don't know what the frick I'm talking about half the time. Doing good, getting ready to go see my stepdaughter who lives in Colorado. Oh, that's awesome, Sean. I actually saw you make a post there about needing a ride to the. I would totally hook you up with a ride to the frickin' what pencil is this? 2B? I think I need a 3B for this. I'd take you for the ride to the airport, no problem, brother. If I was in the area, I'd help you out. I'd always help you out with everything, man. Maybe if anybody's in that area listening and watching, that can help get Sean to the airport. Is that the trip though that you're speaking of? That you need the ride to the airport? Is that for your daughter? Sir? And also, I was talking to Grumpy. I sure talked to a lot of people today. Holy frick, eh? Old Wowie. This Mr. Chatterbot. But, Grumpy and I were talking about weather. So I had to reach out to him because of this new Bertha, or whatever the name is of the new frickin' hurricane. But I tell you, man, like with Amy Joe and the folks down south, I literally can lose sleep worrying about you guys when these things happen. I really, really care about you all, and that scares the frick out of me when you guys got that crazy weather happening and the tornadoes and stuff, man. Okay, Larry, he's gonna be right back. Oh my God, spare a square. Well, Lace, you know the episode. Yeah, driving in the cities is frickin' for the city people, man. Pen and Fire, his state is flooding. Yeah, we got heavy rain this morning, says the Shoops. It's just crazy. If it's not burning up hot fire in places, it's frickin' flooding. It's just we're today and yesterday were a couple of the hottest days here on the island. I don't know like exactly how hot it got, but it was like 28, feels like 33 or something. Some parts of the island were 36, feels like 40. One up in Port Alberni, which is one of the hotter spots on our island. I don't know why exactly. It's this weird valley, but it's hot there. And that was like 39, feels like 45 yesterday, I believe. But just very, very, very hot. And then, thank goodness, this weekend, for the southern tip is where we live. Darren and my mom and I, and my wife, and my stepdad. Anyways, it's always a little bit cooler on the southern tip, down here in Victoria and Sydney. But we're supposed to have some rain come on Saturday. Maybe even a little bit of showers tomorrow, but we're praying for that rain, man, because when it's hot like this and then it rains hard at night, like it does here on the island, it is so freaking awesome. I love rain at night, man. It is one of my most favorite things. And if it can happen like after a real dry, hot spell, that's just magical. It's just magical. And last night, some of you guys might laugh, but I care not. I saw a UFO. I got up to use the bathroom at about 3:20, and I've been doing this thing now where I'm looking out the window just for the time while I'm awake. I'm just scanning the skies. And last night I saw a really, really bright light bobbing next to the moon, like it was coming out across. The moon was on the right hand side. We got this big, huge tree in the front of our in front of my unit, and then the moon was on the right hand side, and then there was this really, really bright light up above. So here's the big tree, here's the moon over here, and then there was this, and I thought it was a star, but then it moved, and it kind of went like this. It moved like this, it moved like this. It got brighter for a section, and then it disappeared. And then I was like, what the hell? Like, planes don't disappear, right? Like that. And then in the spot where it disappeared, about an inch, like an inch of like my length, underneath that spot where it disappeared, there was a tiny little flicker. And then I saw that little flicker go ping, like as fast as a bullet. And when you see something like that, man, you know that ain't just sky noise. Like, you know, whatever they call that, all of the lights and stuff, there's like light noise or whatever. This you know it when you see these things, man. It was pretty crazy. I had a hard time going to sleep after. And Katie keeps telling me not to do it, but I do a lot of research on that subject, if you guys don't know that already. Most of you guys do know. I'm infatuated with extraterrestrial life and UFOs. And I don't necessarily think that the UFOs are from another, until we're told the truth, which who knows, I don't think we ever will be told the whole truth. But I think that they could have very well been here longer than mankind. I think that they could be on the ocean floor or inside the planet. There's all these different things that it could be, right? So I don't necessarily think that they're, like, people always say they're aliens from another planet. Well, what if they're from here? And, you know, we're here before us even. So there's this stuff that people do now where it's called Skywatchers, and they're summoning. So basically what you do is you look out to the night sky and you make a prayer, basically. And you can say it out loud or say it in your heart inside. And you say, I want contact. I want to see you. And then the thing that I heard is that you make a mental, like how Google Earth like zooms in from space down to the place where you want to see, on like where you type in on the planet, and it goes kind of like from space down and like zooms into that area that you type in. Well, you do that, but you make it do it to where you are on the earth, and like just keep zooming it in your mind, so it comes, so it's over your neighborhood, and then over your house, and then in right up to your bedroom, like right to where you are. That's what you're supposed to do in your mind. Like, start in space and then slowly go to where you are on the planet and where you live. And you can frickin' summon things to come. And most of the time it's orbs. But it works. I've watched it. I've watched live YouTube streams where people are doing it. But, now here's the big but. A lot of people who do this afterwards say, I shouldn't have done that, because then you get, all of a sudden you can get hitchhikers, and it's like things that piggyback on you. Like, it's people that go play around in haunted houses. It can happen to you there. Something will piggyback home on you. Well, this can happen with the UFO phenomena, and you can be screwing around that way, and then have something come to you. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, the next night it's there. And, you know, you can summon something and then not necessarily be able to turn it off, I guess is my point. So, I didn't do it last night. I just sat there and watched it in awe. But, yeah, I've been thinking about trying to do it. But Katie really, really stops me. She's always stopping me from doing crazy crap, if you guys didn't notice. Astral projection, that's right, Jack. You know it. Beautiful drawing, Wowie. Thank you, Shoops. I really appreciate that. I really love how it really pops when you're adding the darker shadows there. You're looking so great. Thank you, sister. I really appreciate that. And it's true. It's like as you add these like darker, sorry, I keep doing that weird wacky shit with my hand in the zoom. But as you add these darker areas, it just brings like the depth and everything. It just brings, like you say, it brings it to life. I love it. I love the whole shadow play and all of that part of drawing. It's like after you get past the point of being able to draw something, like the outline of something, and then this is like kind of the next phase of drawing, is starting to learn how to play with shadows and shading and stuff. And it's just a whole new, a freaking really cool part of drawing. Like you see, I want to go in here and make these things pop in spots here, but I should have that smaller freaking. So I ain't gonna swear. I ain't gonna swear. But I really should have my little erasers. I didn't prep for that, and I should have. Just like how I like reload all my sanding mandrels before my carving show. I should have reloaded all my erasers. But I got screwing around and I was talking to all these people on Messenger. But that's okay. We're getting good work on here today. We're getting good progress. Oh, you gotta go, Lace? Yes, Lace got surgery on her poor toe, so she's been healing up. So much love to you and the healing, and it's really good that you're getting up and trying to walk on it, because that is a big part of healing, sister, is doing that. Listen to your Katie, she's a wise lady. That's about the aliens and the UFOs. Yes, I know. Larry says, with my luck, I'd probably summon something bad the first try. I know what you mean, Lace. You heal up, sister, and thanks so much for coming and hanging out. It just means the world to me. You guys do this. I can't explain it. It's a gift like no other. And much love to you, Lace. Thank you. Move old Judith over here a little ways. You guys can see a little bit better. There. That's a little bit better, eh? You can see what this weird shit I'm doing over here. But I'm just getting those waffle lines established. Much love to you, sister. Pet those pups for me. Those beautiful pups you got. Lace is a mom to a couple of beautiful dogs. And she's a really good owner, pet owner. Guardian is what I say. She's an amazing guardian to them. And an amazing artist. Oh, Radar is here. How's it going, Radar? Thanks for popping in. Another great friend of the channel. If you're not yet, subscribe to Radar's channel. Another great and amazing, great person and amazing creator. Well, that's the 3B. Gotta be careful, wow. You're going in here, freaking drawing fine lines with the old 3B. You'll be cursing your words. But yeah, no, that getting in there with those dark ones, man. It really starts bringing everything to the foreground and to the background, you know. And I just want to make sure that there's enough difference there so that there's not you don't miss the binkies here. You got to be able to see the binkies. Yeah, the shoots are going live tonight and they're holding a new challenge called the Cupcake Challenge. And I believe you can turn a cupcake if you're a turner, or you can carve a cupcake, I believe. Can you just power carve like a cupcake in relief? And that be an entry? Bill? Heidi? Yep, you can just carve a cupcake? Okay, cool. So, turn a cupcake, carve a cupcake. You can't bake a cupcake. It can't be a baked cupcake. That don't work. But you can send Wowwy'z some baked cupcakes if you like. Hey, Amy Jo is back. Thanks for coming back, Amy Jo. Much love, sister. Oh, Amy Jo. Come into my show. What have you seen? Yeah, what have you known? Amy Jo. Could you talk about a UFO floating over the sea, floating over the sea? Or maybe see a Bigfoot peeking around the old tree, yeah. What have you seen? Yeah, what do you know? Amy Jo. Sorry about that, guys. That's the song I wrote for Amy Jo. Can be any way from any material but no baking. Love that song. Thank you, sister. You gotta go, Jack? Thanks for coming, brother. Love you, man. Just keep being you, man. Mark's laughing at the song. Yeah, it's a gooder. It's a gooder. I miss those days, Amy Jo. When we were making our shows back and forth and stuff. When our channels were just brand new. Gotta go back to that again. Do some more of those. Sure was fun. Yes, Amy Jo is in the house. We had a whole bunch of sisters. We have Ramstone, Suzanne. We had Lace. And we got Amy Jo. We got Francis. We got I know Steve S. Carbide has got his wife with her all the time. We had Olga. We had a girl named was it, how did you say it? In the Italian way of saying it, she had a really, really pretty name. She was here. Sorry, I'm trying to go back in my I'm trying to find her. I can't see her, but and Lace was here. Frick, all of the frickin' sisters were here. Are here. Can you get baked while carving the cupcake? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I think some of the Natalia. That's right. Thank you, Pete. A new friend that Pete brought over, and much appreciated, man. I think the cupcake challenge is only a month. But they can confirm that. I will do my best, you know. It might not be the most extravagant cupcake that anybody's ever seen, but I will do my best, you guys, to take part. Because I know how much it means. And it's important that the tribe back our challenges, you know. And I've really been lucky that way. My our Watcher challenge, the Two Brothers, One Vision, was a great success, I felt anyways. I loved that. It just means a lot when August 20th says the shoots. Okay, so yes, we got we got a month, you guys. And the rules are on their community page, you guys. So that go to the Shoop's Wood Shop and check that out. That's the kind of cupcake I need, says Amy Jo. The old alien cupcakes. And Amy Jo says, I still have a painting to send to me. Oh my goodness. Well, aren't I a freaking lucky wowie? The things that you guys have sent me, I cannot convey in proper terms how much that means to me and how much I love those gifts, man. I got Daniel's all set up there on its special little shelf. And then I'm gonna do it. Kevin Strelli made me and I can't get it right now because it's up behind of where all the cameras. It's up on a shelf up here. But he made me it's like a indigenous soccer player, but it's from a different like part of the world, and it's not regular, not soccer, hockey, but it looks like it's kind of like a weird cricket. But anyways, it's this native in his native garb from whatever part of the earth he's from, and he's playing this little, and it's an amazing carving. It's about a foot tall, and like all the way, it's like the full figure, and it never gets seen very much because it's on this back shelf. So I'm gonna carve it. I'm gonna make it its own little shelf like I did for you, Daniel, for your angel, and I'm gonna put Kevin's piece in there, and I'm gonna start going up because a lot of you guys know from being here and being part of this family, you guys know about the Hall of Creation, shun. And you guys know that my ceilings go about 14 feet high in my stairwell. So I'm gonna start going up high, reaching for the sky, and start putting stuff in there. A lot more stuff into the Hall of Creation. Not that I don't want them in the studio here, but I don't know. Sometimes I'll feel bad. Like I feel bad for Kevin's because it's up there not getting seen and appreciated, the way it should. Like I just want everybody's pieces to be, get their spot in the limelight. And I haven't said it much yet, but I'm going to do a very, very special video for Kindred Spirits. And it's going to be a home tour of my home with all of my pieces that I've gotten from the tribe mail and from the community and from all the tribe and family. And I'm gonna give each piece, its little highlight, and I'm gonna tag every artist in it. And it's gonna be a pretty long video. So like I said, I made this new playlist with all my tribe mails, and there's 28 episodes. That's 28 amazing gifts that we've been given. That's crazy. So yes, I want to make a very special video for Kindred Spirits, and I'll be putting it on my YouTube as well. And it's going to have everybody in there, and it's going to be cool. Because there's lots that, I know you guys are all super, super supportive and stuff, but there's a lot of tribe mails that you haven't seen. So, and these are beautiful pieces made by amazing creators, They deserve all to be seen and appreciated. So I'll be doing that soon. And I got two new DeWalt tools that I haven't even opened yet because I want to do Tool Talkings episodes for them. And then I also have a Tool Talking episode coming up because I got 3 new things from Arbortech that haven't been opened yet. I get these freaking new tools that I've been wanting for so long, but because I want to make a video of the unboxing and using them and figuring them out, I have to put them on my shelf and wait. So God, I gotta get going, man. That's like 3 Tool Talkings that are lined up waiting. My goodness. It will be a great video, Daniel. Tribe strong. That's right. Love the way you done the angel, brother. Yes, you need more for your Hall of Fame. You got a pretty good collection there. Oh, Thunder Gouge is in the house. How you doing, Thunder Gouge? Thank you, milady, for coming. It will be a cool, yes, Tribe strong. Daniel says, I have seen every video you have made, I believe. Oh, these arts are for you, brother. Frickin' Tribe strong, man. You guys are the best. Yes, that's Heidi, Thunder Gouge. Thanks for coming, Heidi. These happy things and hearts are for you. And all the tribe. But yeah, I got such a crazy, crazy cool collection of stuff, you guys, from all the tribe. It's truly amazing. And humbling, you know, like, I'll be the first to say, like, I don't freaking, you know, I don't deserve all this love, but I ain't gonna say no to it either. You know? I don't feel worthy most of the time, but, you know, that's just because I'm kind of hard on myself, but I know I am worthy, and you guys are all worthy, and we all deserve good things, and I just can't believe it when somebody sends me something that they've made with their own two hands and heart, and send it up here to be in my home, in my collection. It's a gift like no other. It truly, truly is. Okay, this kind of humps up like that. It has a real. I got to get in there with the darker stuff back there. Come on, Wowie, you got this, old buddy. Get in there and really make it go. There you go. Really make that black pop. But yes, when I for Daniel's, I had this little shelf, and then it was too long, like too long ways this way. Like the angel sits on it, but it had this extra meat on it, right? Because I had made that shelf before, and it was bugging me, and I was just to the point where I was going to cut the shelf off and just custom fit it for Daniel's angel. And then I got this idea. Holy shit, a puck light will sit perfectly. Oh my god, I almost spit on frickin' Judith. A puck light would sit perfectly on that little extra area of meat. And then I got the idea, and I was like, holy shit. And that's why I couldn't, like, the first night I couldn't, I thought I was done my video, and then I got the idea for the puck light, and I was like, nope, I have to do this, right? So that's why the video took a couple extra days, Daniel, is because I had to wait until it was super, super dark in the Hall of Creations. And the first night I wanted to do it, I passed out watching TV. And so then it was an extra night and an extra night. But actually, when I finally got it, that footage, man, is just perfect. Like the way it lights the angel up, and then the angel's shadow with its wings are on the back wall. Like that is so cool. And it's just perfect, man. It's a perfect way to honor your beautiful, beautiful gift, Daniel. Really appreciate that, bro. You made Wowie cry, you done did. You made Wowie cry. That ain't too hard these days, but it was a real one, and my wife was there, and she was like, oh, and I was like, I don't deserve this. She was, you do, Wowie, you do, and they love you. And I felt it, man. I feel it. You guys are just amazing, amazing people. You gotta go, Amy Joe? Okay, I understand. Give Jamie my best, man. Fist bumps to Jamie and Bubs. Thank you so much for hanging out, sister. I got a line of hearts coming your way. And here we go. Yoo-hoo! Was it for Amy Joe? Yeah, I know, Daniel. It happens. It happens. That's okay. We all need a good cry every now and then, you know? Especially when it's a happy one, right? Especially when it's a happy one. But yeah, it's for the folks that, if you're not, part of this tribe and family yet, and you're just watching in the background, please, subscribe not only to my channel, but to the other amazing folks in here, and just be part. Come be part of this community. Like, it's such an amazing group of people and creators, and we're all like the real deal. We're not like the phone. No more phonies, you know. We're kind of like the island of misfit toys in a way, because most of the carvers are all either busted up themselves and early retired, or just thankfully naturally retired. But we're all kind of come from the same boat in a way. And you know, I had just never met a band of kindred people like I've met with the carvers. Like it literally changed my life for the better. And I wasn't alone anymore. You know, I found carving when it was a lockdown. And I couldn't hang out with my brother, and I was going batshit crazy, man. And getting angry, you know, with everything that was happening, and not having any control. Like that time was just nuts. And you guys all know you were there too. We all went through that. And so when I found carving, it just changed everything. Number one, it gave me something to do, you know, with all of this pent up energy and time and being stuck at home. But, you know, because I just went into this weird mode where all I wanted to do was learn how to do it. And so I became friends with Jordy, and I became friends with Pete, and I started meeting these people. And then I just got enthralled with the whole craft of it, and learning how, and all of the tools that come with it and stuff. Like, it can take a lot of your lonely time away if you're constantly trying to learn and research the tools and save up for the tools, you know. Like, all of that can like take a lot of your, you know, that lonely time away. It gives you purpose. Again, why we use these sayings. It quite literally brought purpose into my life when I really needed it. And I haven't looked back, you know. I haven't looked back since. Carving is now a huge part of me in my life, and I'll never go back. You forgot to add that we are all a little bit crazy, Larry. The mad ones always are. The best ones always are. Aren't we, Mark? All a little bit batshit crazy. And it's like you find people, you know, that too are a little bit batshit crazy. And it's just like, this is my frickin' tribe. And that's where it all came from. Tribe Strong. I was doing a roundup video for a challenge from the Kindred Spirits Woodcarvers group, and when we do our challenges, I'm kind of like the showman that does the roundup video, right? I do the draws with the names and everything, and I'm like the monkey, the song and dance guy that goes up there and does the videos. And I'm a musician, or I like to call myself a musician. I like to say I'm a musician. But I write little songs, you know, to get me through these these live streams. And so I wrote a song, the Kindred Spirits song. Raise your glass and sing along. Here's the Kindred Spirits song, where family is everything, tribe strong. And I just made this little song up for the challenge finale. And it had like 3 verses. I know if Sol was here, she would remember that specific one, because I remember her commenting and stuff, and Amy Jo was there. But yeah, that's where it started. That's where Tribe Strong started, was from the Kindred Spirits song that I wrote. And ever since then, I was just like, that has a good ring to it, and it's like, it totally is a perfect way to convey what we are, you know? This ragamuffin batch of pirates that have all brought together, you know, thick as thieves, but we're not shady thieves. We're like pirates, right? We stick together. We look out for our own. We're like wolves. And it was just perfect. It was a perfect way to explain us. And it was like, yep, Tribe Strong. And then I started hashtagging it, making it a hashtag and using it anywhere I could. Where anywhere I could put that, I would put that. And since then, Amy Jo, she started using it right there, right when I started. She started with me. Thank God, because she has more subscribers than me. So we got the word out better. And we've never looked back. And it's been tribe strong ever since. Where we support each other like we should. Keep your comments nice and good. Where family is everything. Tribe strong. Yeah, I'll stop doing that. Stop yelling at you guys for no reason. It just gets me all worked up and excited. Brings me back. And that was probably like 3 or 4 years ago now. I've been an admin. Like, I started being an admin for Jordy before Kindred Spirits, right? So I was thinking about the other day, and I think I've been an admin for like 5 years for Carving Fusion, and then now for Kindred Spirits. So it's been a minute. It's been a good freaking minute. I've earned it, I guess you could say, my place in the tribe. I like to think, anyways. Mark says, you may not be shady, but I am. We are saying everyone else is crazy, says Raider. That's right. We need the crazy at Crate Sauce and Carvings. That's the truth, Mark. That's the freaking truth. You know, some of the best stuff that we have is when people are like, you just lose, you let go of all of the rules, right? Because there should be no freaking rules in art. You know, we think out of the box. We think in a different way than the normies do. And I don't like to say normies because that sounds, but I don't know. That's kind of how I see it. You know, there's us and then there's the normies, and you know, the people that don't, maybe they're not artists or not carvers, right? And they just don't really get it. But once you are part of it, you freaking get it and you understand. And we're all a bit bonkers. You know, carving's kind of dangerous, especially if you get into the chainsaw world. So it takes a certain type of person. You have to be a little bit batshit crazy, especially too when you're power carving. You grab onto that Dremel or that Flexshaft, and you got this spinning frickin' flame Kutzall Burr on there that can run up your arm at any given moment. You know, it really, really takes a lot of concentration, and you know, it takes a little bit of crazy to be a carver. I guess that's just the way to put it. Are you going, Radar? Thanks for popping in, man. I'm only going to be here for 5 more minutes, so we're winding down. I really appreciate you having a hangout with us, sir. These hearts are for Radar and for all of you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with Wowie. My favorite day. It's my favorite day. And we get a little bit more views when we're in the vertical today. I don't really know. I see we still got 20 viewers, 31 likes. Please hit that like, you guys, if you haven't yet. Give old Algie the algorithm hamster her pellet for the day. She's hungry. She's looking thin, to be honest. She hasn't had a yogurt drop in a couple of days. I mean, we need subscribers for Algie, or she's gonna go hungry, you guys. But yeah, it's we get a bit more views in the vertical mobile setup, so that's always nice. Never know, might get a subscriber or two. Get Algie that yogurt drop. And then we'll be, you know, I'll go back to my OBS and the music and everything, and don't you worry, but Wowwy'z just got to mix it up a little bit, you guys. I got to mix it up so, you know, I get seen a little bit more, and it's part of the whole YouTube game. You know, numbers matter. And I don't want, you know, the algorithm to think that I just got a dead stagnant channel because I'm not getting new subs, right? And then it just ignores you. But that's why I got to do a vertical live every now and then, and not just all from the streaming software. Because like I said before, I'm not crying about it, but it's just fact. I don't get, I think one time I'm streaming from OBS. I've gotten a new subscriber at the end of the stream. Just one, that's all. And it's just because of the way the algorithm is set up. You know, I've gotten, I can look down here. It says, I think this one already has 384 views. Where one of the, 385 views. But when I'm in OBS, I only get 100 to 150. And that's it, you know, each time. So, not a lot in the whole scheme of things. Is that the way you say it? But we're trying. We're doing our best, man. Like DeLon says, this is an endurance race. It's not a sprint, right? Unless you get lucky, like some people out there, and have something go viral. And I'm happy for anybody that does get that awesome luck, right? But for the majority of us, we're going to have to do the endurance race. It's just the way it is. I'm just getting rid of some of that crazy smudgage that I've done with my sweaty hands. The mitt does help a lot from dragging it. Sorry, everybody, just got to get those off and away. But I think we got a good jump on finishing old Judith today. And I'd like to thank all of you guys for being here and helping me through it. Because your support is part of this. Like the fact that you guys are here on these lives watching this with me, you guys are part of these projects. Like you guys are part of it. And you always will be. And it's really, really a special thing, you know. It's a special thing that goes on here with you amazing tribe. Ty McCullough. How are you doing, Ty? Thank you. Ty McCullough. Hello, Shoops. Hey, Aubrey is here. Thank you there for all the chuckles today. Laughter is good medicine. Daniel says, I crave danger. Makes you feel alive. Doesn't it ever? I agree. Thank you, Aubrey. Love you and Kale and all the family. Give them my best. Looks great. Got to put the highlights in the same place in the eyes so he doesn't look cross-eyed. Great point, Ty. And you're very, very true. I can raise this one a little bit more. Or actually bring this one in a bit. But thank you. That's a good point. And also these eyes here will get really, really black when I do the final hits there with the eraser. But that's a totally good and valid point. Got to get in there with this one and balance this one more so it matches with that one there. That's a very, very good point. You must draw yourself. There, that's a bit better there. Thank you, Miss Francis. Thank you very, very much, Bill and Heidi, and to everybody who's been supporting me here. And please, Ty McCullough, if you haven't, please subscribe. I really love having other creators here watching and helping. And we really appreciate each and one of the new subscribers and old subscribers and all subscribers. You are part of the tribe and part of the family, and we treat you that way, you know. You will always be fully respected and appreciated in Wowwy'z channel and Two Brothers One Vision. So yeah, that's where we got today, guys. Thank you. Like I say, there is no YouTube without y'all. And my life would be a very, very lonely, sad place without you all. So I just want you to know that you're appreciated like no other, and just thank you. Thank you for being here. Love seeing the process. Until next time. Thank you, Daniel. Good night. Thank you, Francis. Thank you, Shoops. Thank you, Aubrey. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Lacey. Still there. Steven's S. Carvings is still there. Thank you, Steven. I'm almost 2 years packaged, Stephen. And I know that you're going to like it when you get it. I love you too, Grumpy. Thank you, sir. And please say hi to Jen for me. Give her my love. And you keep being the great, great boyfriend and guardian that you are. Okay? You have my support, like I said. Thank you guys all for being here. And with that, folks, this has been WIP Wednesdays. Wowwy'z Workshop. Be good to yourselves, your people. We're all in this together, you guys. With that, much love. Wowie out.